hope it can be completed during this Baguio Centenary as a tribute to Baguio as the center of the Cordilleras. In fact, the way to Baguio from the Halsima Highway is Magsaysay Avenue. And remember a few years ago, when Magsaysay Avenue was destroyed by a calamity, we immediately rebuilt it because it is a major artery, not only for Baguio City, but for the entire Cordilleras. Also, in furtherance of Baguio as a center of the Cordilleras, earlier this year, on your centenary, we inaugurated the Baguio-Aritao Road, which connects Baguio to the rice terraces. So therefore, all the more, we make now Baguio, Banawe as one tourism package. But that is Baguio of today. Going back to Baguio of yesterday, we are not surprised to learn that the lure of Baguio and the Cordilleras was originally the rich minerals underneath its soil, as well as the rich soil on the surface. The pioneers who developed Benguet mines also started the country's mining industry. The farmers of the province also found their gold mine in the vegetables and strawberries that came to be known as Baguio vegetables up to now, even if they're produced in Bugyas, and Baguio strawberries, even if they're produced in La Trinidad. They're all known as Baguio because the way you know Manila as Manila, even if it's in Quezon City or Bacoor for that matter, it's Manila. Anywhere here, it's called Baguio. But we want to promote this. To promote this tradition, especially of the vegetables, in the towns that surround Baguio, we have worked hard also to put value added. For instance, we funded the Benguet State University to start a veggie noodle center so that the vegetables in the surrounding areas of Baguio can continue to be sustainable, whether the bumper harvest, whether the harvest is bumper, whether there are many cheap imports. The important thing is vegetables remain an important part of the culture of Baguio and its surrounding areas. Remembering 100 years of Baguio includes commemorating its great tragedies. The World War II, which started and ended in Baguio City. The earthquake of 1990. We recall the start of the war and the earthquake with mourning. But we also marvel at how Baguio bounced back after the war and bounced back after the earthquake to be the bustling center it is today. Baguio is perhaps the only city in the Philippines whose development was supported by the mining industry and the tourism sector. That your city was nurtured by two seemingly incompatible industries is a testament. The development is not an either-or proposition. Congressman Dumogan is a testament to how mining has helped the community. He started as a janitor in Lepanto, rose up to be lawyer, and we were talking earlier about the Miss Philippines of 2001, also who was educated to become a lawyer by her father, who was working in the mines. And that has not stopped Baguio from being a tourism destination. Up to today, when there are so many other tourist destinations in the country, my family and I try to take a trip to Baguio every New Year and Holy Week. And this is long before I became president, because my husband's family was one of the many families who stayed in Baguio so often during the whole summer break that they built their second residences here in Baguio, including my husband's family, which built the Tuason compound for their own residence. But to go back to mining and tourism as a combination, on Mirador Hill, there is a property that belongs to the presidential management staff. And I have given permission that this will be used to build a mining museum. For your Baguio Convention Center, we want that the surrounding trees will be preserved. So I have instructed Secretary Ermita to instruct the GSIS that any development to be undertaken must be done only in the built-up areas and not in any place that is still with plenty of trees. Because I've been coming here, as I said, every year practically since I got married. But even before I got married, you know, recalling the history of Baguio, I was trying to recall the first time I went to Baguio. I can't remember because I've been coming all my life. I remember when I was very, very young, maybe like 3 years old or something, which is when most of our earliest memories are. We were house guests of my father's brother-in-law, Rogelio de la Rosa, in his house, which became, I think, the Girl Scouts house now. And then later on, we would continue to come, and sometimes in my cousin's house, sometimes in my classmate's house, and then in the vice president's cottage, when my father was congressman and chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations, in the Foreign Affairs House on Cabinet Hill, and then as vice president in the cottage, and then as president when my father was in Mansion. That's why it's my second time now to be a resident of Mansion House. And so why do we keep coming here, even if there are so many other tourism destinations that have developed over the last 100 years? Because we love the mountains. We love the rice terraces of the neighboring provinces. We love the fresh air. We love the greenery of Baguio. These are the things that have been taken for granted, not just in this country, but around the world. The environment. That is something that has been given to us by God, but that are being ruined with mankind's own hands. But for the most part, environmental degradation is a result of lack of awareness that is happening. It's also therefore lack of making it a priority. That is why environmental conservation takes a very high priority in our development agenda. And we thank the leaders of Baguio for sharing this philosophy. Together, we are finding ways to ensure that we balance economic and environmental interests exactly so that we can preserve our country's natural beauty found in such places as the beautiful city of Baguio, the city of love, as Father Cosalan says. Eso nga, kablawak dagiti umiliti Baguio on your 100th year. Congratulations to all the people of Baguio City for 100 beautiful years. That is what your streamers are saying. And may you have many, many more, not years, but centuries of beautiful and sustainable development. Agbyag ti Baguio. Diyos lagi na kada kayo. Amen. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Madam President. Thank you for gracing the awarding ceremony for the builders of Baguio.